And we're back with another episode of the 1v1 with one of my, I'll use long time because esports isn't really like, it's a month by month thing. So long time of almost a year. My man PDRVape. How are you, man?
I mean, pretty good, dude. Just chilling. I mean, it's cold in Ohio, like always. I feel like we
What
only
is
get
it there
two
right
good
now?
months. It's 44 degrees, but it's been like 26 for the past week.
So before we begin these questions, I'm gonna ask real quick. Did you guys end up getting any like super bad weather?
Oh
Like
yeah, we got
2 days
high
ago?
winds. Yeah, we got high winds and shit. Like they knocked telephone lines down, and my power was out. But my power always comes back on super quick because I live like 2 blocks from a hospital. So
Hey, I'm kind of in that boat in Maine. I'm on the same road as a fire fucking station. It's like a 4-minute walk. So,
they pull that shit back up instantly.
we're gonna go with this first one, because I want to give time for we can kind of ramble a little on what you're planning on doing, but give them a little bit of a background on like who you are today. If you want to give like a quick summary, you don't get going like super detail, whatever.
Today, like I'm just trying to be a streamer / Halo competitor. I mean, 24 years old and I have a 2-year-old daughter and more worried about Christmas for her than anything else at this point in time.
Right, bro. You got obviously actually this podcast might actually, you know what? I might fuck around and this might be the podcast for Christmas week too. Because I don't know if you saw, see, I really don't know how much of a Discord person you are. Honestly, I don't know how much a lot of the people are because I posted the possible because I want to get like going into the new year, I want to get like the Thieves content on like a better schedule. And I posted like post like a 1v1 on like Mondays,
Right.
TikTok content, which will be just like if you sauce me, like let's say you pick up like the 1v. Halo's 4 people, right?
Yep. It's only 4 on 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wanted to like you pick up some fucking like wild 1v4. Obviously, you would probably post that on your personal ones as well.
Yeah,
But
I have a TikTok. I used to post my Call of Duty stuff to it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Obviously, we both would probably post it, or if you're like, hey, Soren, here, have this on clip, I'd be like, credit to.
There's nothing that clips Halo right now.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm taking your guys' clips, and I'm not saucing the credit.
There's nothing that clips Halo right now. None of the things are working for Halo. So like your NVIDIA and all that doesn't work for Halo right now.
But what about, I got to give you the link to the website. Mind of Bobby. I'm going to give him a shout out here. He got me turned on to, I think I just got an email from it. Athenoscope.
I don't think I've tried that one. But I just need something that clips matches, like clips highlights and shit like that. Like
that's actually what it does. Like we were talking about it the day going into my what ended up being like my 21 hour stream, because I just like hit that wall. Like I got like cold chills and shit. Like I just got to that point, like I was done. Like I couldn't go anymore because like I was up for like almost 48 hours because of work. So like I hit that wall and I was done. That actually will like clip random highlights like kills, double kills, and shit like that. And I think you can just link it right to your Twitch. That's what I did. So obviously you kind of already answered the next one. You're from Ohio. Are you more like from like my area where I used to live, or are you more like north where like the
ran around the whole like northwest side of Ohio. Okay. So like anywhere from Columbus up to Toledo.
Yeah, I actually think like that's kind of like the cool thing. Like I found our CSGO team, they're all from Ohio.
I wish I could be good at CSGO like that. That's the game that really like started me wanting to game in the first place.
Like when I was first talking to like their person, like their captain, their captain, their IGL isn't their I don't know the best word. Their captain isn't their team liaison, right? Like they have somebody else who's, I think they just like trust better, like doing those kind of talks and stuff.
Yeah.
I talked to him, and then like when I told him, Quack, I'm like, hey, yeah, so like I signed this group of guys, and he's like, how the fuck did you pull that off? I'm like, what do you mean? And this was before I had all of their ads, so he sent me one of their ads, and this man, one of them, I don't think I've ever said oof, fuck me up so many times watching an op clip in my life.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
like, okay.
nasty,
I was
dirty.
like, oh, okay, I'm kind of goated at fucking like finding teams. I mean, I found you in the needle in the haystack. We'll get into probably after this next couple. We'll kind of talk about how me and you met. But where do you see yourself in like? We'll do 5 years because you're more of like a comp person, so it's kind of hard like as a comp player to look at like the big like 10-year picture. So where do you see yourself kind of in like 5 years? You gonna try
I
to keep
mean,
playing comp? That's what 29 for you.
20, yeah, it'd be 29 for me. I mean a little bit of comp, like by that time, like I just would like have comp on the side where it's like a GB type deal, doing
Right.
wagers on stream, mainly focusing on the stream at that point, and still trying to play comp. Like I'm never gonna give up comp. I have the competitive drive. So that's gonna be, I'll probably be 60 years old trying to play
I mean,
1v1s for
like
some money, you know what I mean?
I feel that. That's why, like, I ended up filling in for Bobby the other night for the Warzone tryouts, and now I'm a sub for the Alpha team. Like, I was like, you know what? I was like, if you bang my line, like once a month, like, hey, so we need a sub. I kind of had fun that night. And then like I'm helping coach too a little bit now for our college teams. I was so confused at first.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. Speaking of that, so like there's a school by me, like
Yeah.
evidently, but there's a school that I went to, like I think my junior year, no, my sophomore year, but they have a Valorant team and a something other like that, but it's not like CS:GO. It's something weird, but a Mario Kart team maybe.
That's kind of sick.
But like we need to like put feelers out to like
Well, see, like
start
me
trying to
and
expand into doing leagues like where it comes to high schools and stuff like that, because I would
well, see,
love to
like
just drive around to
me.
these schools and be a coach.
Well, yeah, see, like we've kind of talked about that, like not like me and Quack personally, but like with Rally, like when we were in Rally and stuff, there's so much like fine tape when it comes to that. Um, like that's honestly why I think like the only league, like I've been doing comp for fucking ever, you know that. I think Tech is the first. And this is going to be the perfect fucking scapegoat into where me and you met, and I didn't even mean that. But Tech's like the first league I've seen who's even tried to like bridge that gap, because there has to be some wild like fucking like specifics when it comes to like doing well. Like the college league probably wouldn't be that hard, obviously.
No,
But like high school, it's kind of like you're dealing with minors, and like it's
they
just
can't play for money. They have to play for
yeah,
like
like
bragging
it's kind
rights.
of
It's like
like
their football games and shit like that to show off their stock.
yeah, like I might do kind of like we might end up obviously if you've been kind of looking a little bit in the Discord or even on the Thieves Twitter, like we're launching the Forza League next January with Irish. Like I picked him up just as a content person because you know me, I like kind of like mixing up our people. Like shit, I don't even do one game like specifically. I like throw some Dead by Daylight in the mix.
Yeah, and I just stick to one thing and one thing only.
Yeah.
If you perfect the art, that's the only way to get good at it.
Well, see, like me, well, no, like me, like I've always been like that person. Like I'm more of like a bigger like in-game leader, and like that just comes with just like the territory. So like I kind of view it as for me, kind of I'm more of like more about my community. That's more my jam, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with playing just about anything. Like I'm like above average in pretty much everything I pick up. Like I was having fun in the first 2 weeks. I think the first 2 weeks. Obviously, when this one airs, because I want to try to get better on like post, like at least like scheduling them
Right.
for like the next Monday, because that's probably going to be like the 1v1 day. But like so the first like 2 weeks of this new chapter of Fortnite, I was having fun a little bit. Like I can't build to save my life, obviously, because I don't bang lines of Adderall before I play. But like they just added some stupid like Spider-Man web fucking slinger shit like this past week, and like I
You
got
can
on
slide in it now too, I think.
yeah, but like that's not even that bad. Like that's actually kind of fun. But like they added that shit, and like I literally was like, I'm not touching this anymore. Like I was having fun, and then like that's just stupid mobility. Like that's what turned me off like the last time. Like they added just so much different mobility. Like literally, if they would just leave it at just the launch pad, the boats, and the vehicles, like that's golden. Like you don't need this extra shit.
That's how I feel sometimes. Like Call of Duty literally could put 5 good maps in and they wouldn't need to release 16 maps on launch.
Yeah, no. So like I literally like I got off, like I was right, I was literally ready to like grind some Fortnite shit. And maybe, you know, I even hit a couple fucking clips. And then I played one game and got double fucking Spidey web gang banged, and I was like, yep, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I loaded something else.
I think I've played Fortnite like probably, 10 times in my life. Like that
See,
was
I
never
played
my
it off and
thing.
on. Like when Fortnite launched, I forget what Call of Duty was out that was coming out that year. That might have been Black Ops 4.
World War II.
Was that the beginning?
Yeah. Well, it really started to gain traction like at the end of World War II, but it came out World War II because I know in December I didn't know if I was gonna give up World War II and play something else. And my buddy talked me into playing Fortnite when it was like really in its early stages.
Yeah, so like I was literally doing that. I was going like I would play like you know how Call of Duty gets fucking stale as shit come what? July.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I would pick back up Fortnite from like July to like October, November. And like I would play it like July to like October, November, and then when the next Call of Duty would come out, then it would go on the bench. And then
Right.
and then once we got to that fucking stale point again, I'd be like, I cool, sick. We're picking back up Fortnite, and then it just got to a point that like if you're not playing it every day, you're just at a disadvantage.
Yeah, super disadvantage.
So kind of we're gonna give them a little background. Like it seems like every higher member, and this is where I'm giving you gas, people that I view as like higher members of like my inner circle, just like Quack, Bubba, obviously they both helped me more on like the back end, because that's pretty much what Bubba told me. Like once he was like, dude, I don't think I can actually play comp. He was helping me keep track of everybody who was playing for the Guardians COD teams.
Right.
But I found you in the esports league during my short stint there.
Right.
What's like the funniest thing ever was like, I don't know if I ever talked to you about this, but like I knew fuck, what is Dylan's at? Charisma.
Yeah.
I know him in real life.
Charisma.
Yeah, like so like I was trying to like, that's who I wanted. Like I was gonna try to talk fucking exposed into like trying to work out some deal, because I was gonna partner you up with him on a team.
Charisma, me and Charisma, like we both went to like that draft series, and like I'm the only person that can evidently fight back against him on my team, period, point blank, when we were doing the draft series. And it literally like every match that we ended up playing in like the drafts ended up being like one really good, like I wouldn't say experience, but one good player that like knew like the roles of the game and like how to play the game and what they should be doing on the map. And then 3 teammates that they had to try to lead at the same time while doing all them things. And it literally just became a battle of the bosses pretty much. And like, if your teammates got kills, great. But if not, like if you didn't take down the boss, then it was what it was. And it ended up being like me, Charisma, B-Done, like a lot of the big names. Like there was nobody like that was competing against us when it came to the draft scene.
Right. But yeah, no, I was gonna try to build that super tight duo. I mean, you see what my duo. I called them my duo, even though I pretty much forced GG to trade them. But like, you kind of see the click that fucking Space and Ghost have fucking still. They've been having to rebuild their team, but like the two of them aren't leaving each other like at all.
Yeah, no, I played something with them. I think the end of Cold War, I played a couple of matches for them.
But yeah, no, like I just have like that, especially with Dylan. Like I know Dylan in real life, and me and you were in VCs like all the time during then, because like you always venting to me. You were like, bro, like this shit's not working. Like, so like I literally knew that duo was gonna work.
I need Drop to give up his Call of Duty career and come play Halo with me, and me and him could be gods together.
I mean, I might be able to work that out. Let me,
I,
bang his line later.
I mean, I think that Drop gets a lot of the heated shame a lot of the times from his teams and stuff like that. But I know the player Drop can be because I played with Drop a lot.
Wait, are you talking about like Reaper Drop?
Yeah, the Leprechaun's brother.
Yeah, no. See, so I don't think I've made the public tweet yet. So I worked out a deal with Lep and them. So Drop's gonna come on to IA to Thieves as I could just get him as a content creator.
Yeah.
Because like in the league that we're in now, I'll be honest, Reapers is, I mean, wait, were you part of the rally at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm part
So
of
like
rally.
Reapers are relatively dominant when it comes to comp. But
Right.
like if you want like a vibe and like that's literally like some of the messages I've got. Like if you want like a content and like a family vibe, and that's nothing against anybody, but like that's Thieves. Like just plain and simple. Like I
Right.
build this to the point that everybody feels like they're part of the family. Like even when you took your leave from us, because obviously I was working on things, and you had things going on, I was like still messaging you at least like once every 2 weeks, just making sure like you were right. Like
Yeah.
every
I
like
know. You asked me like as soon as Vanguard dropped, you're like, "What are you doing? Are you playing for us? What are you doing?
yeah,
What are you doing?"
well
I'm
like,
like, I can't play this game, bro. Like it is the worst.
and then like even like there were like that weird like point where like nobody was like playing COD, like you're like family, so obviously I am treat you and your daughter like I'm family. So like even when me and you're just shooting them shit, I always made it a point at least sometime during that conversation, be like, so like how's your daughter, bro? Like,
Yeah.
just because I care. Like it's not even I just want to make myself look good because I mean you see me on what, maybe you haven't seen me on Twitter, but like in like general chats, you'll never see me do it where like I see it. Like I come right to the
Right.
DMs. Like I don't like obviously people's word of mouth will go. Obviously, like yeah, like Soren's like a real
Right.
dude. Like he actually cares. But like I'm not gonna make it like a public event.
You're
um
not gonna make a public shouting about everything.
Yeah, like
Like
fucking like every little like, hey, yeah, like I made sure he wasn't gonna fucking like jump off a bridge or some shit. Nah, like I'm gonna just do what I gotta do, because I'm one of those people. Like even like we have a few people who are running like Afro. I don't know if she's ever going to do a episode of on this, but like she just signed with a different org to run like their female side.
right.
And like I'm like, I don't think I have to say this, but I'm going to. You don't have to leave. Like
Right.
once you join the Thieves Discord, just as a community member, like you're family until you don't want to be here anymore. Like that's just me. So where I think I can kind of take a wild guess. We're gonna jump back onto these questions for at least a few. I can take a wild probably guess on what your biggest motivation is, but I don't think I'm wrong on this. It's definitely your daughter.
For sure, dude.
Um, like that's always been like part of our DEMs, because like you were always like, well, I don't care what game I have to play, just give me a team that I
Right.
can, be competitive with, because like I'm not doing this for me anymore.
It's not
Um,
about that, dude. I have the competitive drive, but it's about showing her like doing whatever it takes
I
and
mean, yeah,
winning
like
at
that's
all
like me
costs.
with these. Like I've been offered by people who are like leadership in bigger orgs, like, hey, do you want to come on as management? And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I got my own thing. Like, yeah, we're taking the fucking slow route building, but it's because like I'm not trying to rush it and then just be like every other team that hits fucking 2K followers and shit, but they're not like that family anymore. Like they're just like all about the numbers and shit now.
All right.
Obviously I'll have to get to that point eventually if I want to bring in like major sponsors and shit, but like I'm here for the
So I mean,
long
you
haul.
still can't treat people like family.
Yeah, like I'm going to gradually do it, because like I'd rather have the staff I need for once it pops off. Because let's be honest, I've had people say like I'm with these for the small not for the small game, but I'm willing to ride this out because I have faith in what you're doing here. Like you actually care. Like you're not here just to make your money. and then just
That's
leave.
why as soon as I decided I was going to Halo, I asked you if you were going to build a Halo roster, and you said, "Yep, we'll get Quakeless right on it. We'll get Quakeless right on it. If that's what we want."
Like I don't like you've seen me in 8s and whatnot. I don't think you were ever on my team for 8s at all. I'm a really good IGL, and like I can shoot fucking straight, but I play on a lower sense than most people, so I get gunned down a lot. But the thing is, like, I can shoot fucking straight, but especially in Halo, this is my first Halo. Like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I mean, I could easily go out.
So I went from a COD sensitivity of 5s, and I play on 9s in this game, which is outrageous. Like, none of the pros play on 9s, but I have to.
Yeah.
Like, I can't play below 9s, and it's because the pros don't care to like 360 somebody, like turn around and start shooting somebody like instantly, but I do, and I can hit my shots when I do it. So like that gives me a competitive drive on that. Like if that's what I have to do is like micromanage my controller almost, then I'll do that.
I mean, like, I could be that easy team and just go out and find fucking 4 on it. We'll say 6. Just say 4 and 2 subs. I could go out and be like, all right, cool. So you are fucking Onyx, you're an Onyx, sick. But that doesn't mean that they're gonna mesh. Because I know that Quack's gonna build that team right. Like he's gonna build,
It's not even that. It's like, okay, so this is my first ever Halo. Okay, I started off in gold 6, which is not good. I'll be honest. It's better than the Tap Man, which made me feel good. But it's not good for somebody that's been in the Halo scene. Like that's not a good rank. Like you do not want to start off with a gold 6. But I went from a gold 6 to a diamond 5 in under 60 hours played on a game.
Right.
I am 2 levels away from Onyx already as my first ever Halo. Like that is the drive that I have.
Sorry, I was responding to the Thieves.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab another beer.
Yep.
Ad time, boys. So let me put an ad.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna fucking throw the plugs in this bitch real quick. So, this is a perfect opportunity. I should have been a lot more ready for this, but we are sponsored by Raise Energy and Rep Sports, as you can see on my Minium fridge. If you want to try any other products, use code INFThieves for a discount on your order, and send me pictures of what you get.
All right, we got a nice cold one.
Oh, there we go, cold one. So what's your biggest influence like inside a game, and like who you looking up to?
I mean, like, what was crazy is like
other than me, obviously.
Yeah. So like growing up, so I didn't play video games at all. Like did not touch video games. I think the game system I remember having, like I remember having a Dreamcast when I was like 3, and I never played it. I remember my adult family members playing it, and a PS2 when they first launched. And I think I played Need for Speed on it, and that was it. Like I sold it. Like I didn't have a game system after the 3rd grade. Like I sold it for $10 and have a game system. I really spent a lot of my time like going through like high school and stuff like that, like trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. And at a certain point in time, I thought I wanted to be a UFC fighter.
No offense, Vape. I love you and all, homie, but like I can't see you in the octagon, G.
Well, so I win, but so nobody in my weight class can hang with me. I weigh.
Wait. Are you saying you fight?
Oh yeah.
Why have I not seen any clips or anything, bro?
Well, I'll get to it. So listen. So I am 110 pounds, and I've weighed that since I was a freshman in high school. And I literally do not go up. I don't go down. Like nothing. I can shred. It doesn't work. I'm 110, so nobody in my weight class can hang with me. Most people that are in my weight class are a foot lower than me because I'm 5'11". So when I was 16 years old, I'd moved to a new school. I'd really started hitting the gym hard, and I wanted to get signed. They had amateur fights around here at our fairgrounds and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this big. Like I'm gonna get in there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make some noise around my name. Like nobody in my weight class is ever going to be able to hang with me. And like, it's winter time, so everybody's cutting. Nobody's really like doing anything but like taking off in the gym and shit like that. And I had, like I said, moved to a new school. Well, I moved to a predominantly African-American school, which I had lived here on and off growing up. And nobody likes the new kid as it is. So this kid thought that he was going to make me his bitch pretty much. But that was the wrong answer. So I told my mother the day that I was going into school, I'm like, listen, this kid smacked me in the face. I waited till finals were over, like, gonna get suspended today. You're gonna have to come pick me up. Well, me not thinking, me being aggravated with the whole situation, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't gonna fuck up nothing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I go into school. It was lunchtime and I kicked him in the face. And the reason why I kicked him in the face is because his buddies were all supposed to jump me. So I kicked him in the face. He went to sleep and his buddy stood up and I punched him and broke his eye socket.
Sheesh.
Well, when that happened, my buddy was coming through the lunchroom. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Another dude stood up. My buddy grabbed a hold of him. He swung on my buddy. My buddy just picked him up and dropped it on his head and put him out cold. So as this happens, the police officer is arresting me. So I got arrested and we're sitting in the office and they're playing this clip over and over and over again of me kicking this kid in the head and just putting him out cold. And I kicked him so hard in the head, he had a bruise of a Jordan imprint on the side of his head.
That's fucking great.
Well, my buddy's sitting there straight faced to this cop. This cop is already he's like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Sitting there straight faced and he's like, can I get a clip of that, dude? And the cop's like, you're about to get arrested too for this shit. Well, needless to say, I didn't get suspended. I got expelled. I got charged with assault at 16 years old. So there went all that fighting out the window.
I don't know, bro. I feel like you should pick it back up. INF fighter version 1.
That costed me. Well, you can't get signed with assault charge. Like nobody's gonna take
really?
that rep. Yeah, nobody's gonna take that rep. Like unless you're already signed, you're not gonna get signed with
I'll
that
fucking
shit.
take it, baby. Find me fights and I'll buy the buy-in, bro.
Well, it's just the fines are too big and everything else. Like it's horrible rep. It's horrible rep. It means that you fight outside your gym, which is a big no-no and everything else.
Hey.
But so needless to say with that, then I ended up going to a different school. And I moved away and I had the opportunity to kind of change my life for the better. We'll put it that way. So, I mean, my probation officer came to the school and he's like, listen, there's a career tech school you can go to. If you go there and you take criminal justice, I'll release you off probation. And I'm like, well, just another school? Like, I went to 12 different schools growing up. I'm like, just another one, let's go. So I went there. I mean, that was pretty chillax. Like our teacher was a police officer and it was hilarious because like he didn't really care if we fought. Like he was a teacher officer and he didn't really care if we fought because like he just wanted everybody to like work their shit out and realize like this is a brotherhood. Like you're stuck when you go to like that career tech school, like you're stuck with them people like the whole time. Like you have all your classes together. Like it's a group of 16 people. You have all your classes together. You eat lunch together. Like you are stuck with them people all day. So like within the first week, like everybody got their shit figured out and, you know, a couple fights later and then everybody's chill. Everybody's best friends. Like we're brothers. We all still talk to each other and shit like that. Everybody from that class and stuff. And it was great. And then I got to a point in my life where I sloped back into bad habits where I was doing bad stuff. I was doing illegal stuff and, you know, I was drinking every day and doing a lot of other stuff. And I would just wake up and then I got to a bad spot in depression. I was 19 years old and my cousin had went to sleep and I was living with him for free and his Xbox was sitting there. And I'm like, his girlfriend had beat me on Call of Duty and I'd never played Call of Duty and I was pissed. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm about to get all my rage out. So, you know, I picked up the controller and pretty much, I put it down one time after that and that was it. Like I grinded Black Ops 3 until my heart content. I played it for 2 years straight. I was top 10 in the world for hardcore TDM. Like I was not stopping at that point.
Right.
And then from then on, just had that drive to like never quit when it came to a game, because I knew from then, like, if I could go from getting beat from somebody that was horrible to top 10 in the world, that like nothing was going to stop me when it came to that.
Right. You just got that fucking like competitive insight, like kind of like me. But I just kind of just made the change. Like I kind of did the thing that Tex did. Like he realized that like he wasn't going to be able to make it as a pro fucking player, but he's gonna build the fucking family and the empire that's gonna hold those fucking competitive people. And that's kind of like I was like, bro, I'm not cracking up anymore. Like I got the like I've jumped into some eights and shit for Vanguard. Like I still got the IGL brain. Like that never goes away. Like, but I just can't keep up anymore. Like I have fucking like early onset carpal tunnel in one of my hands and shit. Like I just can't
My
keep up.
hands are bad.
Yeah,
dude.
like I just can't keep up anymore.
Let me
like,
tell you, I've broken every single one of my knuckles more times than I can count, and they are bad. They are not shaped right. Yeah. And if it's cold, they do not work right. That's why I put them underneath my legs.
I mean, ready?
Like,
Ready? Look, ready? My heater is literally right here.
oh, dude, my thermostat's set on 74. And
No,
I'm freezing right now. You see me, look, I got a beanie, a sweater on, and it's set on 74. And I still got my hands underneath my legs because I have to keep them warm. If my hands are not warm, like it just doesn't work. Like they just don't work.
Right. So like what's kind of see, this one might actually be kind of a cool question now that I know a little bit more of your background. See, I didn't know. See, this is why I chose. Obviously, part of it is also funds too. Like fucking editors nowadays, even if it's just for like short little like 2-minute like welcome montages, people fucking want money, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, they're money hungry. Everybody in this fucking world is money hungry.
So like, I decided just to be like, all right, fuck it. Like, I want to do like this little fucking podcast series, you know, kind of like get to know people that I'm bring in, and like this is like literally all that UFC shit and whatnot. Like that's part of the reason why I do this, bro. Honestly, I can probably promise you that would have never came up in a normal conversation.
I usually don't tell people about my past, about my charges and shit like that.
But like even if you said, even if you would have just left it out, like I almost had a chance to like end up being kind of nasty because that would have been what 110's what is that the flyweight class?
That's the ultra featherweight.
Okay. But like even if you would have just left it out, like I was gonna go for the ultra featherweight fucking division, that still would have been like mind blowing to me because I only know the COD and now Halo competitive side of you. Obviously, I know a little bit about your kid.
Well, besides that, like nobody really knows like. So like everybody like sees me now, like I'm always pretty much wearing a hoodie and shit like that, and it's kind of funny because like 90% of like people that I go to get, like if I ever do go to get in a physical altercation with, like I'll take my shirt off finally. And by the time I take my shirt off, usually they don't want to fight anymore because they get kind of confused because I have tattoos, and I mean I have tattoos.
Right.
I have a big side piece, and I have a chest piece, and I have pieces on my back, and I have a piece on my arm and stuff like that. And so everybody's like, okay, he's just not a scrawny white boy, you know what I mean? He's got tattoos. He might actually knows what he's doing, you know what I mean? And it changes their opinion on me real quick, especially when I'm drunk. I'm really mean. Like if I get like I'm not mean when I'm drunk, but I'm mean if like somebody sets something off.
Right.
And like my girlfriend, like she refuses to see me. She don't want me fighting. She said that she'd rather anything else happen. She'd rather me get beat to a pulp than me get in a fight with somebody because she's scared that I won't stop.
Yeah.
Because I have that drive, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I can't, there's no picking the fist up. It's just going to keep dropping.
Right. So like this might actually be a kind of good one, kind of like with like what you said, like what's kind of like 2 lessons you've kind of learned so far? Like
learn that the government will take you to jail over $100 over, you know, money that they stole from you. And I've learned that no matter what happens in life, there will always be something for you to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's why I like kind of like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like every so often in the music channel, I'll post like, I listen to like a short little Ghost actually turned me onto it. There's a motivational podcast on Spotify, but like each episode's only like roughly like 3 to 4 minutes long. Yeah, you'll kind of like rehear some of the same clips because obviously now they're on episode, I think like 70. But like most people don't like motivational shit that's like super fucking long. But like these ones are short, so like every now and then like I'll post one. And like the one that I just recently posted in the music section, like it literally opens up like, you know how people always like have that like mindset, like close your eyes and like think like where you might be in 5 years, you know, like you got that big house, you got everything you want, and then the next thing is, how about we do this the other way? Like, what if you don't do nothing? Like, and whatnot. And I'm like, damn, like that's literally like kind of like my mindset. I don't know. Oh wait, you weren't really in the two discords when I was gone from my dad's wedding. Fucking Quack was literally telling me to take the week off. I was like, bro, mentally I can't. Like I can go probably like when I'm not at work, I can probably go like an hour or so before like I have to like check in on somebody like within Thieves. I gotta fucking reach out to somebody on a possible like collab. Like I just can't take more than like an hour off because I had my incident with my knee and whatnot. Like I fell pole vault in my senior year. Like I had full ride opportunities ready to rock for college.
I was gonna be a track star, dude, at one point in time.
What?
I was gonna be a track star at one point in time.
Yeah, but like you see it in that instance, I had a full ride ready to rock, and I fall out of vertical and literally shatter my knee and see the whole thing just get stripped away.
That's how I felt when I got my assault charge.
So like I'm at the point now, like for all I know, I could wake up tomorrow and let's say you all got an offer from, we'll use fucking like Lethal. I love how I always use Bray and Lethal Villains as my fucking comparison. I don't know why. Like I love fucking Bray and Ghost and all them at Lethal Villains. It seems like I always use them as my reference. Like for all I know, I could wake up tomorrow and you all like, hey, so we got a huge offer from LV. Like we're gonna leave, and then I'm not there yet.
Hey, listen, as long as you're still grinding, I'll still be grinding.
Well, yeah, like that's why like me and you have even like stayed in touch because I always lurk in your stream when you go live if I'm home. I've always kind of kept tabs on you because me and you are kind of like the same. Obviously, I don't have kids yet, thank God.
But dude, my kid was my lifesaver. I can promise you that much.
Well, yeah, like mine isn't a kid of mine, but it's my little sister. I feel like I talk about it on like every podcast. So I tore my knee my senior year. Obviously, you end up getting pain meds for tearing your knee. I'm going through rehab and whatnot. I'm literally to the point almost that like I'm about to be like cleared to like get back into like working out and whatnot. And I retore my knee again. The same knee. So then I go back down that fucking spiral, you know, pain meds and whatnot. And like the cool thing is my bodybuilding podcast, one of them actually just talked about like how easy it is to get addicted to like oxycodons. Like it's stupid easy. Like one of them, he he ruptured another disc in his back last year or something, like he popped another disc, whatever. He was only taking, like they gave him 5 milligram oxys. And on the bottle it says like you can take one every 4 hours. He was taking one a day, that was it.
Yeah.
And once he got to a point that he thought he didn't need them anymore, and it was only like a couple weeks, and he even went through withdrawals after taking one a day at 5 milligrams for like a week. And I had to go through that twice. And then I lost my grandma. So like I was to the point, I'm honestly like the perfect picture for like, you know how after Robin Williams died, everybody was like, you need to check on those people who make everybody laugh, the people who care about everybody. Because I used to live right by Riley. And then like Dylan, aka Charisma. I was, like still hanging out with everybody, making sure everybody was all right, because obviously I'm older than all of them.
Right.
And like people don't realize I was to a point like I was ready to be gone. I was going to work, coming home. I'm still playing competitive COD at that point. I kind of mostly hung it up because I was doing a 2K when my dad came in and put the number from my grandma's hospice on my desk. It was like, hey, you might want to call her. And let's be honest, everybody kind of views their grandparents as immortal until it's the end. So I'm like, nah, I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do it, after this 2K weekend. Because then my birthday is like the next day. I found out on Facebook like that next day.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
Like I literally woke up to that being my first post, because that was before Instagram was really big. Like it had like just like began, like TikTok wasn't a thing, Twitter wasn't really a thing. So like that was pretty much the social media you had, when you wake up to go take that morning shit. That was like the first post I saw. And then I just went down that really dark hole of I was going to work, I'm still functioning, but like I was coming home, I just turned 21. And like this is where like what me and you were talking about before the podcast. Like I have such a high tolerance now to booze, because I was coming home after work. I am still at some oxys left, and whatnot. But like I was putting down like a bottle of Malibu, a bottle of Crown, like to myself. Just because like I was to the point like, damn, she was the one who always told me, like she made me like I think I have it in my about the CEO thing. Like she made me a promise like the year before she passed that no matter what, I was gonna keep pushing for whatever I wanted to do, even if it pushed me away from like family members not liking me and whatnot. So like I lost her without saying goodbye, doing what I love. So I got to a point I was ready. I was done, and then luckily my little sister was born. That February, like a February or two before she passed. So she got to a point like she was able to talk and whatnot, and like I was to a point that like I would come home, I'd go to my room, I'd lock my door, I wouldn't socialize with my dad and whatnot. Well, there was one day that I forgot to lock the door, and she came in, and she was pretty much like begging to like hang out with me and whatnot. And I'm like, that just like instantly just like snapped that mode like back on. Like, wow, I was really gonna leave a 4-year-old sister without her older sibling and her role model. And then that just like put it just right into demon mode. I was back to like jump back into the gym, like honestly, like 2 days later. Like I asked my buddy if he had a pass for his gym and whatnot, and just like got back on the grind. To kind of to get back onto these questions before I start crying. Well, no, because like it's always rough during like this time of the year, because it sucks because my family don't really do anything anymore. Like Thanksgiving this year, I literally was sitting in my office.
Thanksgiving this year, I went and got trapped in a room with 30 people that I did not want to be there, so I sat in a car for 2 hours.
There you go. But like I literally threw, because like I'm back to eating more of structured diet and stuff. So I literally threw 12 ounces of chicken breast in a pan, and I used fucking stuffing as my carb for that day. And that was my Thanksgiving meal.
I didn't eat on Thanksgiving. Our car broke down. We had all kind of issues Thanksgiving. I had to drive 2 hours away to my girlfriend's family, and I hated it. Every minute of it.
But like that was pretty much my Thanksgiving. But we used to, even like it used to be, even if you were beefing with like, let's say my aunt or some shit, when it comes to Thanksgiving and fucking Christmas, you show up, you put on a face. And now,
the last family Thanksgiving I went to, I was roasted, dude. I mean, roasted before I got there. I was in.
But like, and then like now, I think we might have something for Christmas. I think, like since she's passed, like it's just like started just to go down the drain. Like I said, I might end up sitting right here again. I'll fucking.
This is where I'll be on Christmas Day, right here, buddy.
All right, so fuck. Maybe we'll watch something in a VC. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll be right here. My daughter's leaving to go with my girlfriend because I'm not going to be trapped in a room with people, and I'll be right here just chilling.
But yeah, no, like and like that's not by choice. Like even though like I don't get along with most of my family, because I'm very blunt. I mean, you know that I'm very blunt and honest.
Me
But
too,
like,
and that's why my girlfriend don't want me around her family because she's scared.
but like we all used to at least put on a face for the holidays because like that's what it meant to my great grandma.
Right.
So like it's always rough during this time of the year because it's like damn, like she's not here anymore. Like I jog to the cemetery where she's at. I've had people offer to give me a ride and whatnot. Like I've even had exes be like, well, if you want, I can take you. And I'm like, no, like I don't want anybody else there. Like I don't.
You just want your alone time.
Like I had the picture of me kneeling. I let an ex come for that one. Because I was using that as a memorial photo. And eventually once I get, hopefully knock on wood, once all this Thieves ship pops off, if we get like a team house or whatnot, or like a complex with my office, like that's going to be on, like that's really going to be a full mural on one of the walls.
That'd be sweet.
So like I was like, I need at least one photo like that. Like I normally take, like I went and took the one for when I got affiliated, or like I took it like the day before, like I knew it was going to be my last stream. Like I took off the Thieves hat that I have and put it down next to her. And like my post, like I'm like, well, the first chapter is done and we're building the others. And like literally like walking back to my apartment and office, like I was like bawling. Like I'm like, damn, like there's one down, like, but let's just keep on pushing because for all I know, this is all taken like tomorrow. So if you could have, and I love shouting him out now ever since he thought up this idea, Calm, when I asked him this next question, because now I can feel myself getting teary-eyed. If you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, they can be all like one-on-one dinners. It could be one big group. You could do 2. You could do like 2 in one dinner, 1 in another. Who would you pick and why?
Well, I would probably pick my dead baby sister.
Damn, bro, you just made this fucking serious as fucking like 2 seconds. I love you.
I mean, I probably pick my dead baby sister just to know, like, like what she sees about like what's going on when it comes to like our family, I guess is the best way to put it. My aunt, because my aunt treated me like her kid,
right?
Even when my mom wasn't around. I mean, went out, bought me Christmas presents and everything else, and just ask her some serious questions about her daughter, because me and her daughter are like best friends. She's my cousin, but my grandma kind of raised both of us.
Yeah,
I guess is
like,
the best way to put it.
I get that. Like my
and just ask her like if she had the chance to not make the decision that she did, like would she take it back? Right. Is she proud of her daughters? Evidently, because my cousin would kill me if I didn't ask that question. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be like I'm gonna be dead by the time I get home. Right. And probably my great grandma. She was the one person in my family that definitely made me feel like I was her favorite, even when I was nobody else's.
Yeah. I mean, like, that I have my 2 pieces for my Harry Potter arm done. Obviously, I'm not as yadded as you are. Yeah, because like both my arms, because like hopefully eventually I'm not living in Maine where it's fucking cold.
I feel, bro. I hate Ohio. I wish my daughter was 18 years old, bro. I literally would be gone.
But like, eventually I want to be like somewhere warm where like I can just rock like Thieves merch, or once you launch yours, like obviously eventually I want to have at least like t-shirts of like all the Thieves merch, and then obviously like your merch, everybody else's merch. Eventually I want to be able to just rock like t-shirts mostly like on a daily. Well, my right arm's all gonna be like gaming related. Like I'm gonna do the current INF logo on my inner forearm. And then like that whole arm's all based on like milestones
I
per
got my
se.
inner forearm done.
Um,
I
and
hate
then
it
like I
though.
have my other one done. Like I have my dark mark, obviously. Hey, there
I
you go.
hate.
Wait,
I hate.
I feel like you've shown me that,
It's just life goes on, but I
or I've
hate
seen you.
it, dude.
Have you posted that on something?
That was my my picture for a while on
Okay,
Discord and shit.
so I have seen it. So obviously I have my dark mark from Harry Potter. Um, well, I want to get. I don't care how much it costs, but I want to get like one of like the big names to do her piece. Because like my upper arm's going to be a Patronus version of Fox the Phoenix. Because like I was kind of like going down that road, kind of with you. I'm not like exactly with you, but like my life, I was acting kind of like a little shit after high school. Yours was more kind of during high school, but obviously when you're a varsity fucking state athlete, you try to like fucking dot your I's and fucking cross your T's so you can keep on competing. Um, but like I got to the point like when I was dealing with my knee injuries, out there back then, obviously because I'm an old fucking dinosaur. Um, like fucking like weed wasn't legal and shit. So like, I was fucking hustling and shit, helping my fucking buddies sell and shit. Because back then, nobody would rat out anybody. Like if you got caught with fucking weed, like you just taking that fucking charge. Like now,
Right.
obviously now that I live in Maine, when I moved back, when my siblings asked me if I would sell, I'm like, bro, you can't help me make enough money with this, with it being legal here, to make it worth my time.
Right.
Um,
Ohio
uh,
just passed for medical, so
yeah, but obviously I'm not like condoning, fucking being a drug dealer, but like I was to that point, like I was helping with that, if people had issues, I'd fucking settle them for them. Some people, or I knew somebody who would do it for me. And then obviously once I got out of, my severe depression state, after losing my fucking after my great grandma, yeah, it took me like 6 months after losing her. But like I've said it to some people who have um consulted in me. I know it's like the worst word to use, but like when they go fucking through something like that themselves, they know I'll be there with them when they need me to. I don't care. Like you could, I'll just use you for fucking example. You could fucking ghost me for 6 months, and then let's say you and your woman have like a really shitty fucking breakup, and you're like, um, Mike, like, are you available? Actually, I won't say his name, but I was playing Warzone last night, with Bella and Alex, and I literally got a emergency SOS text from one of our other members of Thieves. He's like, hey, I need you. I'm thinking about doing something really dumb. I don't think I've ever handed out my number so fast in my life. I was like, call me. I don't care. Because like I've been there more times than I want to count. Like I've been literally on the brink. So yeah, it took me 6 months after losing her, but I truly feel like I was pretty much reborn on the day that she died. Like as
right.
cliche as that sound, at this point, I probably would either be in jail or fucking buried with the shit that I was helping with. But then I was like, damn, like after bouncing back, I'm like, I can't be. I want to be a role model for my little sister. Like I moved back. Um, I don't think obviously I moved back to Maine. They're out by you, kind of like they're like the Dayton, Ohio area. Obviously, you're more north, but like roughly where I'm talking about. Um, I don't think a lot of people have realized. Obviously, we gained a lot of members after my dad's wedding, but we were in Raleigh at that point. I don't think people have realized how much I've sacrificed for Thieves until I was there for my dad's wedding. Like I was like,
Right.
this is the first time in 5 years I've seen my little sister, because it's cheaper for me to live up here. I literally I pay my phone bill, and I give my fucking grandma like $300 for rent a month.
Right.
And she makes sure, like I got shit for meals because obviously I try to limit how much I'm fucking just microwaving and shit. Because I actually care about my health. And I want to make sure like I'm getting enough fucking carbs, protein, and shit in. But like, you go 5 years without seeing, like, I have pictures of her fucking little as fuck, and then my dad sent me the picture the month before we came out for his wedding that she's in the 3rd fucking grade now.
So I felt when I left for South Carolina and lived down in South Carolina. I left my little sister, and I swear she's only 3 foot tall. I come back and she's
it's like
my height now and weighs more than me. And she's like, I play volleyball. Do you want to play me in volleyball? I'm like, no, dude, I don't play you in volleyball. You stay over there, dude.
Yeah, no, like
I wonder why you have a boyfriend. You probably threaten to beat him up if he's not your boyfriend. I understand.
Yeah, no, but like that's literally like it took until like I'll be honest, like I was just kind of vibing and whatnot. Like obviously, if we had fucking staff meetings, I joined them. But like for the most part, like I was just via DM. Like I'm always a DM away. Like I say that all the time. Like I'm always a DM.
I don't know. You don't answer my DM, so I wouldn't know.
Hey, fuck you. Bullshit. I have been getting better, and no lie. When I brought
my
Bella,
DMs aren't important usually. They're just
shut up. When I brought Bella in, she asked me what she could do because like she's not a content person. But she's like, "What can I do to help you?" And I was like, "Look, like I see people ping me in general. Like that's how the unplug section came. Rick made the suggestion. I saw it, but I'm horrible at like confirming that I see things. But like I'm always one of those people. Like I even told you when you were one of my players, I'm one of those people. I won't get mad if you ping me 62 times if you need me. Because sometimes I see it and I just forget to respond.
Yeah, I guarantee that's what happened the other day. That's what I figured. That's why I think I messaged you again.
Yeah, I think you did. But like that's honestly why I brought Bella.
Oh no,
in.
I pinged you.
Yeah,
that's what I did. Yeah.
That's why I brought Bella in as my assistant because like she sees everything as well. So if she thinks I don't see something, like I've literally given her Quack and fucking Parcel the green light, even though I give it to all of you as well, to ping the shit out of me if it's something important. Like I don't care. But like it took until like the morning that I was leaving. Like my little sister was sitting down with my grandma, just just watching the news, and like it didn't dawn on me till like that last day that it was time for me and my fucking grandma to fly back. And then I instantly like I didn't even put creamer in my coffee or sugar, and I just unlocked their back door and just like went out back and like didn't even turn on the light. And that right there, like my dad knew. Like he comes out and I'm just like hysterically crying because I realized like damn, like I've missed so much. Like yeah, like I'm building something that eventually it's going to be something for her to see, like never give up on anything. Like my goal, like I've talked about it on a podcast, like my goal is to all my bills be on auto pay. And if my sister ever calls me like, hey, I'm short, let's say like $2,000 for fucking tuition for some extra fucking classes I need, or like I'm short like it's like $1,000 for a safer car, that I can open up my PayPal and it's like that.
Right.
Like I'm not like I don't take as much credit, and I think Space and Ghosts are gonna talk shit to me about this eventually. I don't think I take enough credit for building that duo. Like I jokingly say it every now and then. Like I'm like, damn, like where the fuck do you two think you guys would be if I didn't be like, yo, you guys need the duo? Like I literally sent them to Erie together.
And I've been dropped from so many teams in the past year. It amazes me that I'm still competing.
Honestly, like that's why like I've always told you to hang in there. I literally think I told you that.
I've been dropped from so many teams to come back and beat every single team that has dropped me.
Like I literally think I told you that because you were talking to me about wait, hold on, I gotta find it. I think it was you.
Yeah, it was Greensburg trying to drop me.
No, it was just something else. Maybe
I was about to say. Greensburg
maybe
tried
it
to
was.
drop me too.
No, I think it was in my chat. When you joined that one day when I was playing ESO, you were talking about like you didn't know what you wanted to do. And I was like, bro, I'm like, just keep on going, bro. Like something's gonna come. Like you don't want to wake up tomorrow thinking like, damn, like did I miss an opportunity?
Right. And that's how I feel like now, like starting into gaming like so late in fucking life. Like I kind of feel like if I would have started when I was, going through a lot of my rough patches when I was younger, like when I was 14 years old, if I would have found gaming back then and like started the grind like I did now, like the
dude,
level that I would have been at my age, I would have been
I have
competing.
talked about something kind of like that with like some of like my older buddies. Like I used to do like fucking like, like Black Ops 2 fucking game battles and shit. I'm like, dude, could you imagine? Because like I was nasty back then. Because obviously back then everybody played on like a 4-4, like a 5-5.
Back then, everybody played on like an equal ping too. Like there was no like host fucking and shit like that.
Equal ping, equal ping, and you had a better odds of everybody just using like a normal fucking controller.
Not cheating, nothing.
Yeah, and I was nasty back then. I joke with fucking some of them. I'm like, bro, could you imagine if we were like in this era of Call of Duty? Or like
that's how I feel kind of about BO4 too, because BO4 was like kind of my year that I should have went pro in. Like I should have like found GBs and stuff like that. But I played. So my first ever GB was in BO4, and my buddy's like, he lives in Washington, like actual Washington. He lives in Seattle. And he's like, come on, dude. Like, I got my homies. They want to set up a GB. I'm like, all right, let's run it. Like, we're going to run a 3v3 GB. Like, all right, let's get it. Search. I'm like, all right, dude, like this. I got this. Let's run it up. I dropped 16 kills for the L and the GB. And they literally went like two and disgusting numbers, like 2 and 8, 2 and 6, like just ridiculous numbers. And I was like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, these are my homies that I play with every day. You know what I mean? And they can't.
Like, am I supposed to roundhouse kick them?
Like, I don't like, and a Proctor, like, shout out to him. Like, he'll probably end up joining Infinite at one point in time. Like, he's been the homie since back then. Like, he's the one that.
Send him my app, bro. I'll talk
to him. He's the one that like he got me introduced. Like he's the one that literally started the grind for that stuff. You know what I mean? And
what is he doing now? If you don't mind me cutting you off.
He was like he had like he was signed to like an org being a coach, and then they kind of fired him after he dropped me, which is kind of funny, but like we're still homies. He dropped me. It is what it is. Like I know why he dropped me. He dropped me because they were friends and they wanted to play with their friend. Like there's nothing he could do about that. You know what I mean? You don't want to make chemistry happen with me. Like you don't want to try for that chemistry. Like I understand that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna talk to you now. I'm here to win. I don't give if it hurts your feelings. If it hurts the person in the back. Like I do not care. I'm here to win.
Like that's kind of why like I'm kind of happy when me and you were talking about who bought the fourth fucking the fourth
CDL spot.
I mean the 12th. I don't know why I said the fourth.
Yeah.
But if anybody's going to ruin, well, quote unquote, ruin the friendship league, it's the Kraft family.
It's literally you're not playing to be friends. Like, don't get me wrong, it works with Simp and Abizi because they're best friends and like they help the other other get in, and they don't want to play with anybody else. They'll take salary cuts.
Well, not even just them.
Abizi took a big salary cut to play together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the trio that they have now. Like,
that trio is gonna go bye-bye. You'll see within the next year it'll go bye-bye.
I don't know.
I'll bet money. I bet money that Celium.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about Celium.
Oh, you're talking about Arcides?
Yeah.
Arcides gonna want to play.
Yeah, no, I was talking about that trio because they were on E United together.
But Arcides will eventually go back to playing with his brother, or his brother will step into a coaching role or something like that. Like he'll always have his.
Because he signed with FaZe anyways.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He'll always have his brother. He knows that he can't stray too far because when he does, his brother beats him, which is hilarious.
Yeah. That trio right there. I mean, like RCC even, I think it was this year after champs. Like they asked him, like, how are you guys so dominant? And he's like, because I let them do what they want, But the thing is, I can organize the chaos.
Right. Well, that's like when you ask me like what helped me like step into like wanting to be a pro and shit like that. Like, so growing up, the whole time growing up, my name is Preston. That's where the PDRVape comes from. My name's Preston.
See, I didn't even know that, bro, dude. The more and more episodes I do this shit, I love this podcast.
Well, because of that, like I'm older, evidently, than every Preston that I know. I'm older than.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I started watching competitive COD, and I started watching in World War II, which was when Kenny was on TK.
Yeah.
And I followed Kenny to 100 Thieves and Black Ops 4, and they picked up Priesta.
Hold on.
And I found out that Priesta, Pharaoh, and then I found out that Priesta's name was Preston, and that Prestini's name was Preston. I'm like, well, there's 2 pro players named Preston. If we could just get 2 more, we can have a whole team of friars. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, no lie. This death right here hit me so hard.
Pharaoh, yeah, I've been watching Pharaoh since World War II. Pharaoh was a friar, but Pharaoh was the one, again, like how I play, where I don't care if I hurt somebody's feelings. And he was bad about that, though. Like, he was bad. Like, he would hurt his teammates' feelings, but he was there to win. And, like, he would congratulate them when they won and shit like that. And, like, he was a chill dude, but, like, he was there to win.
People, and, like, I've said this to the day I die, and my buddy James, and which is why Black Ops 4, I've said this, from just an overall, like, what Call of Duties have changed my life the most, it's Black Ops 4. Is it my favorite comp one? It's like top 3. And that's saying something because I've been playing comp for fucking ever.
My favorite comp is probably BO4. That's probably my favorite comp one.
That's where I found James, one of the owners of Thieves and one of the founders. It was after 24-hour tribute fucking stream, because I used to do one every year for losing my grandma. I did a 24-hour. I went to bed for like 2 hours and just happened to jump back on Black Ops 4 because I loved playing League in Black Ops.
I loved League in Black Ops 4. Like, that's how I knew that I should have went pro. I never, and I mean never, bro. I never lost a League play match on my account ever. Not one time. I literally would have so many people, like, somebody would drop. It didn't matter if it was 2 a.m., 6 a.m. Somebody would drop and somebody would instantly be in the call, like, ready to join up, because they knew with me on their team, I literally could roll. I could run any role in that fucking game, and I was never to account for the loss ever. I played that fucking game.
But like, I was that paladin fucking strafe user, or however you said the pistol that everybody used.
Yeah, I didn't. I used Zero.
But
I love Zero. Zero was my favorite.
The pistol. Strafe, the draft, the whatever.
I know what you're talking. Sarah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I found James in a random Arsenal search and destroy game, and we would literally pretty much take turns out baiting each other on B. Wait, yeah, it was B bomb, right, over by the statue, or was that A?
Over by the statue.
Yeah, like the you remember where
the big pillar at the bottom by the rails and shit?
Yeah, by the steps. The one that Simp had his nasty fucking ring around the rosy shit.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
literally about. On that side the whole fucking game, and then I jumped into his Twitch fucking chat after, and me and him have been like close as fuck ever since.
See, I met a proctor on Jungle in hardcore search and destroy. So World War II. So my first COD was BO3, and I played that for 2 years. I didn't play Infinite Warfare because I played it one day, hated it, so I never touched it. So I played BO3 2 years. Then I went to World War II. When World War II came out, I played Search and Destroy. I was top 300 in the world for hardcore Search and Destroy. And that was my first year playing Search and Destroy. The first time I played Search and Destroy, like, I fell in love with Search and Destroy then and there. And I realized, like, I can win. It don't matter if somebody can outslay me if I can just hold down the bomb site and play it like chess. And I played chess in school. So, like, that was my key. So I played a lot of Search, and I played that. And then BO4 came out, and I met a proctor. And a proctor talked me into playing League play because I wasn't going to, because it was core. I was a hardcore player. I liked being able to one-tap somebody. Yeah, it was no longer, oh, I can put 20 bullets in somebody and you missed your last bullet, so I won the gunfight. It was, I put my 1 bullet in you, you lost your gunfight, I'm going to shoot the rest of your team now.
Yeah.
So he talked me into it, and I just instantly became a god and became addicted. Then the GB came from that, and then what came after BO4? Was World War II after BO4?
Hold on.
Or,
What are we
was
at now?
Modern Warfare. What's Modern
Vanguard?
Warfare?
Vanguard,
Yeah,
Cold War, Modern Warfare. I think it was Black Ops 4. I feel like I'm right. I think it went to Modern Warfare after Black Ops.
I think it did too. Anyways, so Modern Warfare came around. I played the first 2 months of Modern Warfare, and then I got to meet my daughter for the first time. And I decided for my daughter's sake that I would try to make stuff work with her mother for the benefit of my daughter. So for the next month, I continued to try to play, and I got told that I was a POS and everything else for playing video games, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I quit, and I quit for 6 months, a good 6-8 months. And I came back like with a month left in Modern Warfare. And that's when I found tech. And I came back and I started playing 8s. And that's when I first like really like started my comp career. And then from there, like literally I was only in Modern Warfare for a month and then went back. And so I had an 8-month break from gaming and then come back in and try to play Black Ops. And that's when I got put on Erie, and I was on Erie's D3. Well, first I was on Erie's D4 and they instantly moved me to D3. They got dropped in the middle of the night before roster lock. Nobody told me till the next day. And from there, I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. Like, you're absolutely not doing that to me. Then I went to the draft and met Quakeless, because he was supposed to be like our GM type deal for our team. Yeah. And had to teach a bunch of people and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, I mean, people are finally going to get to see me. Like, I'm going to get drafted. Like, they're going to get to see what I do in these games. And I pissed. And I mean, pissed on people in them games. I mean, I dropped 30s, 40s. The only person that was even close to hanging with me on my team was Issa. And that's because the young gun, like, I like Issa. I taught him. Like, I literally taught him. I took him underneath my wing and taught him how to play Search and Destroy.
Issa, is that Izzy or?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, no, because I know some people say things different. That's why I was just making sure.
No, it's not Izzy. And I literally took him underneath my wing, and I'm like, I'll teach you how to play S&D, because you cannot be good at this game. Like, you cannot be good at any Call of Duty if you do not know how to play S&D. I will teach you how to play S&D, because there's not an S&D game, I think, that I've ever played comp-wise where I've dropped underneath 10 kills. Sorry, it's the truth. Even when my team has lost 0-6, I've still put up usually 10 kills. So from there, Issa got drafted before I did, which is fine. You know what I mean? I didn't care because I was getting drafted. Like, when somebody was drafting me, they knew what they were getting. Like, they did their research, blah, blah, blah. Like, they knew, like, they were picking me up for a specific reason. And that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? That made sense to me. Like, you're picking me as a player for a specific reason. Like, you need me to fill a role. You need me to come in and you need me to cater and fill the rest of the roster. Like, you're picking me for a reason.
Yeah.
Then Greensburg drafts me. I get a message saying, hey, we want you to lead our D1. Here are your choices for players. You're more than welcome to recruit anybody else. So I'm like, sweet, dude, D1. Everybody else that got drafted, like, first round, got to play D1. I think there was like 2 other people that got drafted that ended up on D2. So I'm like, sweet, D1, you know, it is what it is. I told them, like, since instantly when they drafted me, like, that I wasn't playing D3. Like, I'm not here to play D3. I can beat the D3 kids myself 1v4. Like, it is what it is. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. Well, they in turn was like, yeah, you can play D1, blah, blah, blah. Well, then AK, Glitch, Mar, and Pounce come in. I guess they come as a package, and then Pounce was kind of with that package, but they were unsure about that. It was kind of one of the weird things. And they're like, hey, will you step down to D2? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'll play D2 for you. Like, your D1 team's great. Like, I met the guys. They're cool. Like, I talked with them. I played 8s with them. Like, they're cool. They want to run together. They got Kim. No issues. If you're pulling out dubs and I'm pulling out dubs, no issues, bro.
Yeah, that's where I wanted you anyways, was D2.
I'll step down as long as like they respect me, you know what I mean? And they respect me to the fullest. Me and AK message each other once a week. Like AK's the homie. Well, then in the middle of the night again, they messaged me like, hey, we're dropping you to D3. They're picking somebody else up for D2. We want you to lead our D3. I'm like, absolutely not happening.
So this is where it's gonna piss you off, okay? You do realize that would have been the goddess D3 team.
It'd have been like me, Space, and
Ghost.
So listen. Ghost is your boy. That's fine. Ghost ain't my boy. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's the end of it. Space, me and Space are cool. Me and Space could have team. Space, cool dude. We played together. We played 8s together. Space knows what I can do. He knows what I'm about. I know what Space is about. You know, I filled for them when Ghost didn't show up. I filled for them with I forget what it was. It was Ghost, me, Erase, and somebody else. But I filled for them. Cool. That's when they realized what I was about. Blah blah.
Yeah.
But I did not want to drop to D3 because I don't want to be looked upon as a D3 player. Whether they want to and they want to go have their fun, that's fine. I paid my respects a year earlier. I'm not doing it. Well, in that time frame, Mar decided that he needed to take a break. He had stuff to do. And some of the players on D2 were arguing about like, oh, we're going to get picked up to play D1, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, if you guys do, more power to you, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's when I get a message from AK and Glitch and them like, hey, do you want to come play D1 with us? And I'm like, you do realize there's other people. They're like, no, we want you to come play because I'm willing to learn, accept my faults. I'm the first person in the lobby. I hate playing the blame game. Like, I hate it because I'll be the first person in the lobby to tell you like, hey, I fucked up here. I fucked up here. I fucked up here. I know I need to fix them things. Like, I believe me, I am the hardest person on myself. You guys do not have to be hard on me. I promise. I beat myself to a pulp every day. Every time we lose, I beat myself to a pulp, even when we win. Well, then I played with them. We won 2 of our matches. I think we won against 2 people. And that's when, like, Glitch and AK, Glitch wanted to go play with some other people, which was fine. And I'm like, AK, like, I don't think this league's for me. Like, they done me dirty this many times. And he's like, well, if you're leaving, you know, it is what it is. Like, I was planning on leaving anyways. Like, we're all just going to deuce out and they're just not going to have a D1 team.
Yeah.
Like,
so ready?
They want to do everybody dirty. Like, they're going to be out of team. And I'm like, all
right.
Are you
ready to hear this shit? If you want to really see, and I'm not trying to say that they didn't do you dirty. You want to know how dirty they did me? As I was which I found this out later on, most teams had multiple coaches.
Right. They're supposed to have one for each division.
Yeah. Out of the kindness of my heart, because like, I mean, you've even seen some of the fucking strats that I've thought of. I have the mind. Like I've said a few times, I just can't keep up anymore.
Right.
They didn't even, I had to find out through the grapevine that I had like 2 teams left.
Yeah, I couldn't stick around to be treated like that in a league anymore. And like, you know, like there's some people that in the league that are really cool. Like Issa, like as soon as I got drafted, so I could have left Greensburg. And nobody knows this. Like as soon as I got drafted, the day I got drafted, I could have left Greensburg to go play with Issa, D1, starting position, guaranteed spot. And I chose to stay on Greensburg to build a D1 roster. And they tried to drop me from that.
See, and then like that's where like I'm the best person, not to kind of fucking stroke my ego, but I've done it so many times. Like I did it for fucking Space and Ghost. I'm one of those people who, and I've even said it to a Mew. I was like, I'm one of those people, and it's part of my argument when I, you know, try to reach out to a content person and whatnot. That's why if you've noticed, I never put anybody under a contract. I don't. Because I'm at the end of the day, I want us all to eat. If it's with me, sick.
Right.
But if you, I mean, I did it with my boy Maximize. He came to me. He was helping me kind of with like social media and shit. And Lethal Villains offered him, I forget what he is now for them. Their CCO or some shit. He came to me and he was like, look, so me and you got to talk. I was like, wherever it is, go. I'm like, we don't even need to have this conversation. I'm like, I'm not mad, and you know this. And he's like, well, I can kind of try to, you know, kind of like help you guys a little bit, but like this is going to be my main focus. I literally told him like, if I have to drop you right now, so you focus on that primarily, that will be what I will do.
Said I'll drop you right now, quick
Like,
as a motherfucker.
For you to focus on something, ultimately might get you a paid contract. I will do that for you. Because Maximize is just that kind of person.
Right.
Like I helped him through dark fucking times. Like
you want good people around you in the beginning, because that way, like if they stick around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you know who's real when you get to the end. Like period, point blank.
So we're gonna wrap up these last couple questions because honestly, I'm kind of ready for this, and I'm probably taking over, attempting to build a B team for COD. Hallelujah. Because I hate this Call of Duty so fucking much. But so I kind of reworded this question in the past episode that uploaded today. Actually, if you had to build a Mount Rushmore for your music, and you can put a band as one head,
right?
What's your 4 bands, artists?
Well, you gotta go with Eminem. You know, okay.
I kind of figured that was gonna be one of them.
You gotta go with Eminem. Pay respects to NF. NF, of course. NF saved me in some dark times. I'm trying to think. Definitely gonna have to give a head to Futuristic. Futuristic is nasty.
See, I might have to no lie. I might end up going back and listening to the few podcasts that I've had this question, because I don't think I've had this question in all of them. I might fuck around and make a playlist with like everybody that everybody's mentioned.
Futuristic is nasty, bro. He's the only black rapper to ever remix one of Eminem's songs, and it came out good.
So you're missing one.
The last one, it's got to be Logic.
See, so I really don't have to do much for the podcast because I literally listened to 3 out of the 4. Like I saw Logic 2 years ago, last year.
Logic is sick. I have a bunch to go on top of that, but like Logic is sick nasty. Like there's certain things that I'm not gonna put up there. Like I went through definitely an emo stage where I listened to like rock bands and shit like that, where I listened to Hollywood Undead and 3 Days.
I mean, I've seen them live too, bro.
And Breaking Benjamin. Well, they all come to my town. Like we have we have one of the biggest fucking rock things right here in Mansfield, Ohio, at the prison, at the reformatory.
Is that Rock on the Range?
No, Rock on the Range is in Columbus. That's in Columbus. No, they do 100 bands. They just don't do the 101 bands because it's Columbus's thing. So they do the 100 bands, 3 days, and they do tattoos the whole time too.
But because I've been to Rock on the Range. Because I mean, I love Tech as well. Like I love.
No, Tech Nine's sick nasty. Yeah. Tech Nine did a song with Futurist. No, he didn't. But he did a song with Hobson.
But like he shows up, even if he doesn't perform, he shows up at Rock on the Range. Because obviously he's buddies with 9 Inch Nails and stuff. Because that's how his mask came about. Which, who did that podcast? Oh, No Jumper did a podcast with him like 2 years ago.
Adam, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that it wasn't Tech hasn't always had the mask.
No.
He used to have a buddy who did the paint for him, but he like died in like a car accident or like a drive-by or
I don't know.
Some shit. But because he's buddies with 9 Inch Nails, they got him in contact with the guy who makes their masks. And was like, hey, this guy, we vouch for him. And obviously in the music industry back then, vouchers was better than a fucking contract. Because obviously if you come to me because at that era, 9 Inch Nails was honestly probably one of the biggest rock bands there was. If you come to me and it's like, yeah, we vouch for this guy if you're looking for a mask because your homie is no longer with you, you're probably going to sign that man a fucking check.
Right.
So to wrap up this last question, and I don't know if you've listened to any of the early episodes of the Eavesdrop podcast with Hex.
I've listened to some of his podcasts. I just listened to the one the other day with him and Shotzi and Formal just talking about Sentinel and Royal 2 getting banned and shit like that.
Well, no, this is his actual Eavesdrop one. That one you're talking about is just the Optic podcast.
Yeah, the Optic podcast. Yeah. I watched the Eavesdrop too.
So this one I 10 out of 10 stole from the Eavesdrop because I love this question. So if you could have any animal 3 feet tall, long, whatever, as a pet, what are you choosing? It's tamed, obviously, so you can have like a fucking 3 foot
Komodo dragon.
What?
Komodo dragon.
Dude,
I'll probably end up getting one because they're legal.
Are they legal now?
Yeah, well, the miniature versions are. I forget what they're called, but they're called like a tycoon or some shit like that.
Okay.
But they're the same exact thing. They're just
no lie. That was like what I did so many fucking.
But there's another question that you guys should probably add.
What?
What is your gamer tag?
Oh yeah, that's dude. See,
and what does it stand for?
All right, so I'm gonna edit yours because I'm not gonna lie. I literally So now I'm asking you for the shits and giggles. Should I add that before or after? Should I add it after who are you today or after where are you from? I feel like that should be.
I feel like
question.
Yeah, be like this is you'll introduce them by their gamer tag evidently because you don't know their name, and then be like, what does your gamer tag mean? What is your name? You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna have to put it under yours, I think. Wait, how do I enter on fucking? Oh wait, right there. Okay, sick. So what's I'll say I'm Handle because obviously like the CS:GO people, it's not a gamer tag.
Right, whatever. Yeah.
What does it stand for or mean? No lie, that's why another reason why I love this podcast, other than like getting to know you guys, because obviously I just learned like so much about you during this podcast. I literally feel like minus like Riley's podcast, because obviously I pretty much was like a father figure for Riley. I know Riley pretty much in and out, pretty much. But other than Riley, I feel like I've learned something about everybody that I thought I knew completely. But so in closing, PDR, I'm ready to see you fuck up the Halo scene.
Get some wins, dude.
Or even fuck up the fucking content scene. Side note, it's kind of funny. I don't know what the requirements were for this Warzone Pacific Pursuit thing, but I don't think they let full Warzone teams be teammates.
That's what's up.
Because
Rivals is still going on too.
Well, because Bobby Poff is not with the other Optic Warzone team, which I can kind of respect. I feel like it was probably like one Warzone pro, one content creator, and I don't know what the other requirement would be. I know they try to make it so teams aren't like God stacked. I mean, they normally end up being God stacked. I think fucking Tupac's team has fucking simp on it with Tupac. So like
that's fair, of course.
So that team's a little mixy with it, but
at least they're not playing Search and Destroy. It could be worse.
Yeah, true. So in closing, there's been another episode of the 1v1. I'm slowly getting better. So PDR. So normally, the episode for Adam that goes up next Monday, I started doing the plugs for the Raise Energy because we also have our own code. It's not gonna. I did it when you went to go get your second beer.
Good shit.
I was like, shit. Well, no, because I was like, bro, I gotta start fucking at least plugging the Raise Energy. Like I live by this shit now, bro. No cap. Like, dude, have you ever done like G Fuel? I'm not. Yeah. Have you? Well, so like G Fuel.
No
like,
powdered drinks is normally a for me because just on the go too much.
Well, see, they have these in all of their fucking flavors. This is literally their energy to go.
Well, my energy to go has a big M on it, or a big R and a big B.
No, see, I actually cut those back out again. I'm trying to get like healthier again, but
yeah, even when I go completely healthy, where I only drink like natural juices and like teas and stuff like that, I still drink energy drinks once a day. Like I've always just been on an energy drink crunch.
But I was going somewhere with that. So like I kind of didn't realize till I made the jump to Raise. Like when you like run out of G Fuel and like you're waiting for like your next like tub or two to come in, you get fucking like wild ass fucking headaches from like fucking like G Fuel like withdrawal pretty much. I tested it, no cap. I fucking like banged like 5 of these down like a fucking day for like a week and a half, right?
Is there caffeine in those?
What?
Is there caffeine in it?
Yeah, but
How much?
I'll have to look on the site.
Yeah, you have to let me know because like if it's something higher than what I normally intake, then I might try it.
But no cap, I ended up like just cold turkey in it just because I wanted to like see like fucking there might have been one headache max. Like I was fucking like still feeling good with just like cold turkey that bitch. So now I'm like raised and rep fucking sports for life. Like I got my protein tub like right behind me. Like they have everything like apparel. I got on a pair of those Liquid Lux shorts, which are dank. Um, but yeah, bro, we got to get on some game together. Maybe Halo. Maybe I can talk you into playing something else.
We can try some Halo quick play or something one day.
Yeah, because I'm not.
It's only 23 gigs. Like it don't take up a lot of space at all.
No,
That's
like
the cool
I
thing
have.
about Halo.
Wait, so the update that I got the other day. So I have the multiplayer downloaded. Do I have to actually download the full game now too?
Nope.
Okay, because
That's
I
it, just
got the
multiplayer.
update. Because I got the update the other day that was like 26 gigs or whatever. I didn't know if there was like I had to download the full game or not. So yeah, bro. So I got it updated. I'm trying to keep my games updated because I really suck ass at that.
Yeah, we can have a Thieves night or something on Halo.
Dude,
or
I want to
something.
get like I'm just gonna kind of like air some things out, and you'll realize if you ever watch any of the other episodes. I think I do like an outro like 6 fucking times. I want to start getting like a movie night or some shit going in the Discord. Like I was watching football with Adam the fucking other day in his server. Like last night we were watching like the 1 p.m. games and shit. Like he fucking popped up his NFL Sunday ticket. He made it so nobody could talk in that VC, and we were just vibing, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was sick.
Well, I think it's about time for me to go to the bathroom and start grinding.
All right, well, I'm gonna do this outro. I'll just end the call, Vape, so then it'll close on your end. Thank you, Vape, for being a guest. Finally, I'm pretty sure we've been trying to do this since you were one of my players in Greensburg, or maybe at Space. But again, this has been another installment of the 1v1 podcast with your boy Mike and PDRVape today. And I'm out. Peace.